Yo guys, what up? Me, Patrick LeVar, back again with another video. You guys have spoken and I have listened. You want to see a breakdown quickly of my what it looks like on the editing side of my video. Now typically my videos are pretty short, you know, with under 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to try to keep this one kind of short, about 6 minutes or so. So I'm going to quickly kind of move through this fast. It's my first time breaking down one of my edits, so bear with me. And hopefully we can continue doing something like this more. I do have my laptop right here below me, so if I'm not looking up, so whatever. But let's straight get into it. In this shot here, I shot about 97 clips, ranging from 3 seconds to 10 seconds, and a couple of whoopsies that were like a minute long that I had to go back and delete because they take up a lot of space. But typically, I'll just shoot, and till my phone is full. My phone filled up like maybe I think twice, and then I have to take my SD card. I use a I don't have it here with me at the moment. I use a Samsung hard drive, solid state hard drive, and I can plug that into my phone, and boom, 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 and I'll pull all the data off, and then boom, go back to Filmic Pro, and then redo it again, fill out my phone, take it off again. So quickly looking in here, I only took the best shots. If I jump into my assembly here, I only took the cream of the crop, when it comes to that. You don't want to, just because you shot 97 shots doesn't mean you need to use all 97 shots. A lot of the shots were kind of like, some were really good, and I only took the really good ones. So the stuff that you see in this video pretty much was the cream of the crop. There were a couple other ones that I really wanted to use, but I just couldn't fit them into what I was trying to do, or the shot or the moment. So it's just the way it is. So I think I ended up using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, let the auto save, 16, 17, about 17 shots out of 97 shots. So there it is, and it's the same in the movie. Hollywood movies, they have like, days worth of footage, and you only see 2 hours worth of footage. So that's pretty much how it goes. So most of the time I'll bring all my shots in, and then the first thing that I typically do is I go grab my music. I already knew the song that I wanted to use for this. That's the first thing before I even open up Premiere, is I find the music first. And I had found the song that I wanted to use. All the music I choose comes from Artlist. You know what? I'm gonna have to put that as a disclaimer. I do have a sponsorship with them, so product placement. It's, I guess, Artlist, just in case we'll put that out there. I get all my music from Artlist. I do have a link down in the description that you guys can get a couple of months for free if you do sign up. Whatever, all that jibber jabber commercials over. So Artlist is where I get my music from. And that is what drives me. That's what gets the motivation. That's what gets the whole feel going. So I ended up using this track here, which was Light as a Feather by Hans Johnson. Absolutely fantastic. It's about 2 minutes and 54 seconds, which is perfect. It was like right in my time zone that I like to do my 1 minute videos. So I lay that down into the timeline first. So let me jump into the edit tab here now. Again, I use Adobe Premiere. I have a laptop here. It's kind of like a lightweight gaming laptop. I just got this. It's not the best system. I have 8 gigs of RAM. Recommended for Premiere is 16, so I'm under the bar there. And sometimes it crashes, but whatever, I deal with it. This laptop does have a graphics card in it, an NVIDIA GTX with 6 gigs, so that really helped out. My other laptop was just a standard laptop that I worked on for 3 years, and most of my channel was made on that laptop. It didn't have a GPU, which is a graphic renderer. It just was regular CPU. So a video like this would have probably taken about, at the highest quality which I rendered this one at, it probably would have took about 6 hours to render that file. Typically I do that stuff overnight when I go to bed. On this laptop with the graphic card, it took about 5 minutes. So graphic card is just, that's the power that really helps, especially when I do 3D stuff. But anyways, I gotta keep track. We're already at 4 minutes here. I lay that track down here. You can see this is my audio. I lay that down first and I build to that. I already knew that the scenes that I have, I wanted to kind of start in the subway. So basically getting to the location. And that's where I use the start into the subway. Let me open this up so you guys can see a little bit here. All these green boxes here are nested compositions, meaning that I had to do some adjustment because some of the GIMP, I went handheld on a lot of these opening shots here, the Kyoto, the opening intro shot, this shot here. These were all handheld shots. So, and I didn't have the image stabilizer on in Filmic Pro because I always forget to turn it on because it doesn't default on. But and running gun, I just hit record, so they were a little bit shaky. So I added a light warp stabilizer on it, like 3%, just to kind of take out some of that jitter and just kind of have it a little bit more static. So I have all those basically lined up here first, and that was to get you to the location. This shot right here was my favorite shot. Like when I do these type of, I have the camera in my hand at all times, and like as much as I can with, you know, with having my daughter there. But I was so glad that I had my camera in my hand at this shot because I saw this train officer standing there, and I was like, the way he was lined up, it was just like, this is perfect. So I just literally hit record and just like just grab the shot. That was my favorite shot almost out of this whole video, was this shot right here. And inside, basically playing with the focus rack, I get a little rack focus. I kind of set the point and then let it focus from the handle to the back door, the window of the train there. Standing there looking out the window, I saw my reflection. I'm like, oh, let's try to record this. Grabbed the camera, held it up a little bit like this, and just kind of got my reflection focus and got all my focus and my light right, so my face projected really bright onto the window there. And then did this little stutter step just to kind of show time going by, and then now we're at the location. Again, another one of my favorite shots. I happened to be at the elevator, the people just went up and there was nobody there. I was like, perfect. So I hit it, and actually right below this shot is my daughter sleeping in the stroller, so I'm just kind of like this, hitting that shot there. So that sets up getting to the location. Now we're at the location here, and all these little brown bars are like dissolves, basically for me going from black. Typically I like to just use black dissolves when there's been a lot of time in between scenes. So I use a black dissolve to basically like, okay, this is scene 2. We jump in, let me make sure here. And then here we're actually at the location. And again, this is not filmed in sequence. This was after I already went to the temple. So I already went to the temple, and I thought about this when I was filming this there. Like, I just love moss. Like, I have bonsai trees and I love moss, and this was sitting on top of a sign, and I was like, I gotta grab this. So I grabbed that shot. But I used this shot to intro into being at the location. Now we're here. You know, where are we at? Ohara, Kyoto. And, you know, seeing basically what I'm seeing as far as getting to the location, getting to the actual temple here. And if I quickly back up here, a lot of people, not a lot of people because it's my first time, but I've showed some edits to other people, and they were like, why do I have all these intersections down, if you see below here? And what I do is I do kind of like J cuts or L cuts, and if you don't know that, you might want to Google that on YouTube. But I basically take the sound from the scene coming up and preview it slightly before it actually comes in. So you'll hear the sound for the next scene moments after, and then it's vice versa. As that scene's going away, that sound's fading away as the other sound comes in, and then you see the audio. So it kind of helps just to kind of, I don't know, make the cut not so tap, 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 kind of more like, and you can kind of hear it. For example, let me play one quickly here. These two sequences here, let me zoom this up. We have this sequence here, and we have this sequence to the chair, and then this sequence to the officer. And again, if I just play that, heading out to Kyoto this time. You know what, let me mute my audio at the moment, and mute, and that's why I said you got to really listen to it with headphones, but you will hear the sound of that train coming in before you actually even see it. And that scene was actually really quiet. For the next shot, for example, standing here with the train guy, you will hear the train before you see it. So then you hear the train. You hear the train, then you see the train. It helps the transitions just not be so straight cut forward. Like, because if that, for example, okay, I'll put it back. Let me just quickly set it to how it originally was. I'll put this sound here, okay, and this is the sound for that clip. So we have it. See that? One more time. It just, boom, it just comes in. So by doing that L cut or a J cut, now it's like, boom. Tip. Then you might want to do that. Some really cool stuff that I like to do. And that's one reason it's hard for me to edit when I use like KineMaster. I can't do that in KineMaster, and I really like doing that. So there's just little things that keep me away from using KineMaster like I used to do all the time. Once you jump into a program like this, it's hard to go back to editing like on the cell phone, guys. It's really tough. Well, let me quickly get through this now. So if we scroll through to here, I showed the scene. Now I know where I'm at. Quick little overlay text effect here. Had to give shout out to Peter McCain. That's his text package that I purchased for like, I forgot how much what it is, but Peter McCain has these text things you can use. But I also did some other things to it. I added man, I forgot what, chromic aberration, so it kind of separates the colors so you can see the colors on the side of the red, green, blue a little bit. Then I added some animation, kind of made it pulsed with the sound, and a lot of sound. I spent almost a day and a half on sound after I had the edit. It only took me about half a day to get the edit. It took me almost a day and a half to do the sound. I spent a lot. I'm starting to spend more time on sound design because it's extremely important also with the hang on, guys, I'm gonna have to get some flashing here on my